Meet the latest addition to Meyer Sound's Ultra Series of self-powered loudspeakers, the UPQ-1P. Just like all the Ultra Series products, it packages great sound in a powerful and compact unit, making every event or venue sound just right.
IED, a proud member of the Entech Communications Group, continues its tradition of the total Ethernet audio-visual paging solution. The new Sidekick microphone station from IED.
Protect your system from getting toasted. Surgex is the world leader in AC power conditioning technologies. When downtime is not an option, rely on Surgex. It's power protection you can trust.
Stewart Film Screen announces contemporary cabaret screens for multimedia installations. With features that are installer-friendly, including choice of motors and easy setup adjustments from the screen's housing front. Stewart Film Screen is also introducing Ambient Shade, a window treatment product that controls sunlight in commercial and residential applications.
Welcome back to Sound and Communications Viewpoint. So we were talking about the retail environment, but we have very similar things that we're seeing in the corporate market as well. And I know that most of the business that you do tends to be towards retail. But what's your view on the corporate market?
Well, I think the corporate market is changing, and technology is playing a big role in that. And I think there's a lot of economic decision-making going on in that corporate world. What are you finding?
Well, from our viewpoint, it's kind of been interesting. We've seen a number of changes happening where corporate clients are actually using designers in order to put together visitor centers to pull people in, to give them an idea as to what the corporation is all about and give it more of a human face in a lot of cases. So I would say that there's quite a bit of business out there that for people who are willing to go in with some new ideas and with some new concepts, there's certainly possibilities there.
Actually, we worked for Crayola, and we did some for their Crayola factory. That is where they launched their new product lines, and it's a very immersive, interactive environment, almost like a children's museum. But that is where they try out new product line and get the children's response and feedback from that. And that's part of their decision-making in what they proceed to go forward with or not.
You got all the good jobs playing with Crayola, don't you? But, yeah, I mean, we found similar things. And I think that it ought to go further than just the visitor centers and the lobbies. Clearly, when you get people into your boardroom, is the other point at which I fairly strongly feel that something more than the boring old presentation ought to happen. There's a lot of new technology out there that people can use
what do you think
to
that
wow
is?
their clients. Anything from maybe even gesture-based technology, people who can actually do a proper presentation that way, to subjects like augmented reality, where you can build things, you can show things, you can use visualization methods that are way beyond where the average presentation happens at the moment. And certainly if I were someone like Ford or one of the big motor companies and I was presenting a brand new car, if I was going to get people into possible investors into the boardroom, I would want to make sure that by the time they left, they were completely bowled over by not only the concept, but by the innovative way by which it was being presented. So I think there's a lot more to it than just doing a slideshow.
Well, I agree with you. I mean, even in our presentations now, we're doing a lot of the fly-through media, which is very immersive when you are in the creative process, trying to demonstrate what an environment looks like. You can fly in and get it from all different angles. You get a lot of dynamic change and movement. And you and I were discussing earlier that there's a lot of new products out there, whether it's the 3D scanners and printers, which allow you to really see firsthand what the finished product is, and for your audience or your client to see what it will look like. It's very tactile, it's there.
Yeah.
And
one of the big problems we found is with a lot of people, you can do as many drawings as you like, but it doesn't get you anywhere far. So we invested in a 3D printer that actually allows us to build a model on the computer and print it so that you have the physical thing in your hand. Right. Of exhibits, of kiosks, of whatever it is that you're explaining to people, and it works extremely well.
Well, and part of that is a real cost savings in that decisions can be made right from the model.
Yeah.
And so there's not a lot of additional drawings going on, and what people think in changing might work well. You can see firsthand how that affects you.
Yeah, absolutely. So that's definitely a part of the corporate potential market that I perceive as being very real, and certainly in the current economy, it makes an awful lot of sense to exploit that.
Right. The other thing, speaking of the corporate side, I mean, with the economy the way it is right now, I know ad agencies, it's often a play as to where the money should be spent. And I think we're going to continue to see a lot more push for the experiential type marketing programs. Maybe the print ads won't be as much, but I think the web broadcast will be strong, and I think mobile marketing, things that are very much for the audience to touch and feel, I think is how corporations, and I think how ad agencies are going to push their corporations to get new brand ad on the floor.
And that's it for this session of Sound and Communications Viewpoint. This is Anne Herzog from Creative Entech Industries. I am Maris Ensing from Mad Systems. We'll be back in 2 weeks.